someone to save. I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. Don't you think for the people that passed me by, back my stuff and leave sooner than this? Don't you think for the people that passed me by, back my stuff and leave sooner than this? Don't you wish I would have been someone else? I wanna feel your gap without making a mess at you. Why won't you tell me something new? I wanna tell you something new. I wish you all the best I can, and I stop myself for a while. I'm saying things I don't believe. The panic's rising up in you. Why won't you tell me something new? Don't you think for the people that passed me by, back my stuff and leave sooner than this? Don't you think for the people that passed me by, back my stuff and leave sooner than this? Don't you wish I would have been someone else? I wanna feel your gap without making a mess at you. Why won't you tell me something new? I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. Don't you think for the people that passed me by, back my stuff and leave sooner than this? Don't you think for the people that passed me by, back my stuff and leave sooner than this? Don't you wish I would have been someone else? I wanna feel your gap without making a mess at you. Why won't you tell me something new? Wish you all the best I can, then I stop myself for a while.
You hold your hand in mine all the way. Ask if I'm enjoying the night. It's okay. All I can say I don't like it.
everybody, and welcome to another episode of Taekwondo. I am here live, of course, every Saturday, and it is December, so that means that we will be moving for closely to the Christmas area, and that's what we're going to do definitely to today. By the way, my name is Petra, and if you like this kind of content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel or like the page on Facebook. We're both streaming directly on YouTube and on Facebook at the same time, so you might see some cross references, but really cool to see you guys nevertheless. I really am looking forward to today, due to the fact that we will be talking a bit about gifts for yourself, which is really important. So indeed, like MT was saying earlier today, Christmas all around with Christmas trees and presents and a snowman, and of course also Raoul. He was also in the Christmas spirit, having a Santa Claus emoji. So indeed, good morning if you are indeed on the in the North America area, but also good evening if you are in Europe. Really appreciate you for taking the time, and also of course to people that are here direct at the at the live show. We've got Viel, who is all the way from Finland. Welcome. I see the Kabel Studio, who is all the way from Doetinchem here in the Netherlands. Welcome as well. Gerard, who is of course from Stuttgart in Deutschland. And of course I see MT, and MT was here as always the first, so that's really cool. And I love that you guys are all talking to each other and having a good time, which is fantastic to see. Anyway, let me see. There are also some other people coming in. I see Computer Jantje, who says, "Oh, I catch you live. I am so jealous of you in front of the Malayan Falcon." Hey, that's the way it goes, Computer Jantje. I did my best to. I mean, it took quite some time to get there. Actually, to be honest, I tried to be there in 2019 or 2018 in that rough area. However, I could not make it back then, but I could make it now. And it was really cool. It's quite expensive to get in, though, but not to the Millennium Falcon by itself. But of course, the Disney World, it's not the cheapest, but definitely worth a day, typically. And it seems that you are under Roermond, which is in the same province as I am in, which is called Limburg. Niels, welcome. Really appreciate you for taking the time and effort to be here. And basically great of you guys to see all of you live and direct today. So as you can see, we're in Christmas spirit today. Reason is because of course we will have Christmas Eve, which of course will be no show for us this year, because the show would be then during Christmas, and I will be spending time with my dad or with some friends. And the same thing goes for, of course, New Year's Eve, which is also a Saturday. So basically we only have 2 Saturdays left, but I actually chose that not this one, but next week will be the last episode of this year, and I will take 3 weeks off just to see some friends and family, because I think it's very important to see those people. And typically, you know how the things go. It's typically always on the Saturday evening, so that's the reason. But that means that we have 2 very nice shows for you lined up still this year. Today we're going to talk about the top, maybe not the top 10. I did count it down, but 10. This is 5. 10 different pieces of gear that I think that you should consider to purchase for yourself for your video productions. Of course, it's a consideration. It's all up to you. If you don't agree with me, that's also totally fine with me. But I do like to know what you would like to have during the Christmas. So during the show, I would really highly appreciate you to fill in your gift that you want to do, what to gift yourself for your video production in the comments below. Maybe start it with G and a column. So G column and then your gift, so that I can easily find it and incorporate that at the end of this show. So again, please provide the gift that you want to give yourself with a G, the letter G, a column, and then the gift that you would like. My gift is definitely here in the top 10, so I will definitely be talking about that. And I hope that you like this this kind of content. Let me know indeed what you think. So this is what we're going to do today. We're going to do a top 10 of IDs for Christmas that are less than €1,000. Remember that last year we also did roughly the same thing. However, back then I actually went all the way up to 2,000 or even €3,000 because, well, basically we had a different economic environment back then. I think that it's for with the current economic environment, it's good to at least give less than €1,000 or dollars for that sake. In my video, I'm just equalizing euros and dollars in one thing, so I know it's not 100% the same. So, but give it a bit of a twist and see what you think. It's not going to be shockingly different anyway. So let's talk about the first thing. But I want to talk actually about the first thing, which is not really a number 10. But I want to give you a bonus because this bonus is something that I would definitely want to purchase next year, but I'm actually waiting for it to be available with vMix. And this is this product right here. This is a Stream Deck Plus. It is, well, roughly I call it a keyboard in this slide, but this is basically some buttons that can change in color, etc., but also a touch strip that is below it, which you can use to navigate different applications and that kind of stuff. And you've got these really nice rotary knobs which allows you to maybe position stuff on the screen, or maybe add brightness to your lights, lower the lights. I really like this concept a lot, and I would, as it's not yet working together with vMix, I could not put it into the top 10 position, but I just wanted to really briefly touch upon it anyway, because I thought it was a really cool setup. But now we're going to go really into the top 10. And the number 10 is actually this one right here. This is the Speed Editor by Blackmagic Design. It is for the of course, DaVinci Resolve application, and this is what it looks like in real life. So I actually own it. It's a small keyboard that you can hook up to your Windows computer or your Mac computer together with DaVinci Resolve by Blackmagic Design. Doesn't matter if you have the studio version, which is paid, or the free version. This will help you to speed up your editing efforts by just using for example, the jog wheel, entering the in and out points of your video, and just pushing it to the timeline. It's really simple to do, and I really like it for that. It's a game changer because I really hate editing, to be honest, but with this product, it's not that bad anymore. So I went from hating it to not yet loving it. So that's also a bit too much for me at the moment, but it's more about, well, it's doable, and it's good enough for me to at least start editing again. So again, number 10, the Speed Editor by Blackmagic Design. It's a Resolve keyboard, and it's about €480. So that's roughly what we are talking about right here. Next up, number 9, we will stick around a little bit into the keyboard / input, and that is actually the Stream Deck XL. Well, there are multiple Stream Decks, of course, out there. We've got the original Stream Deck with, I believe, 15 different buttons. We also have a Mark II of the same Stream Deck, and we also, as a bonus, just talked about the Stream Deck Plus. So there are a lot of different of these products, and they are a game changer. Not only can I use them for vMix, but I can also use them together with, for example, Companion and other functionalities, so that I can enrich my productions automate the hell of it because, well, basically, productions these days are done with lesser people. So automation is key to bring that value towards me. I'm actually using the Stream Deck XL as part of this production. It's literally on my laptop right in front of me, and that's the reason why I added it to number 9 position, and I really, really, really like it. So that's the next one that I want to talk about, and I do see some comments. So let's talk about those comments before I move on. Computer Jantje, he says a better graphics card to be able to run Blackmagic DaVinci and the Stream Deck. That's a sorry. That was indeed a gift that you want to do, a better graphics card to be able to run Blackmagic Design and Stream Deck. What kind of computer do you own, Computer Jantje? Is that a Mac OS system or a Windows system? I need to talk about that first before we can talk about that a little bit more. And Neil says you might be able to buy a stream editor used for quite a low price. I do not know that, but that would be great if that is the case. I think it's good. And also, what I have done is actually I've bought this Speed Editor, and I actually got the DaVinci Resolve Studio license for free, which was really cool. I don't know if that's still the case. I don't believe it is, but that was a really good bargain. Neil says a lot of people bought the Speed Editor together with here you go. That's exactly what I wanted to say. So yeah, indeed, I agree. Neil said that is a good thing. And Computer Judge says he has Windows. So indeed, I would definitely go for an NVIDIA card with resizable bar. I repeat, resizable bar. Resizable bar means that you don't have a limitation on the card itself. You can actually use the whole bandwidth of your memory, and that will allow in this case DaVinci Resolve to utilize all of the available memory. I'm not sure if it already has that feature built in, but knowing Blackmagic, they might do that. I know for a fact that vMix does. So for vMix, if you want to use vMix and you want to buy a laptop, resizable bar is extremely important to look for. Thunderbolt 4 or 3 are also very important to look for because that will allow you to add capture cards via an enclosure like we discussed last week, or utilizing, for example, the Ultra Studio functionality of Blackmagic Design to provide graphics towards your studio production. And he wants to have Windows 11, and I'm sick of Windows 10. Don't want to say a lot about it, but I don't think that Windows 11 has a better greener grass than Windows 10, to be honest. But I don't know. It's okay. I think they're both still capable. Neil says, is there a resizable bar and not the feature of the motherboard? A combination. I think that you're right. It is a combination of the motherboard and the video card, but again, resizable bar will help you to have more video memory at your disposal than without. So that's my tip. Indeed. We're gonna go further. So we did talk a little bit about the Stream Deck XL, as you can see right here, and of course from 9 we're gonna go to 8, and again we are still in the sub €1,000 area. So I've chosen for the iPad Mini. I think that the iPad Mini is a very nice tablet computer, built of course by Apple. Everybody knows that it's from Apple. It is really also a small device, as you can see right here. I have one right in my hands. I use it quite a lot. This is what it looks like. It's extremely small, but it actually has the pen, that the new pen that you could see most of the different iPads. It also supports, at least mine supports also GPS and 3G, but then it will go above the €1,000 marker. So I'm not saying that you need to do that. But I'm using this iPad. Actually, I've used this during my America visit as a way to have data while I was driving, because well, you know that my dad is here for my cats, and I also want to make sure that my dad knows where I am if I'm driving a long time, so he could follow me and feel confident that everything was fine. So that's the reason that I'm also using that as well. Of course, I'm also using it to either put in graphics. Not today. I'm using something else for that. So I'm using it for graphics support. I am using it for playing videos. I'm using it for demo purposes to show websites during a stream if I'm on location. So it's quite a capable solution. And with the pen, you can also draw. For example, I'm using it also for sketching out some plans that I'm working on. So it's really a good device for a lot of different possibilities. And it is definitely less than $1,000, and it is extremely nice. And it's a very good little computer. It's not maybe a computer, but I do think it's a computer. Neil says only buy an iPad Mini in Taekwondo Purple. Well, that didn't exist, but of course, it's in purple. What do you think? Of course, it is in purple. Duh. So yeah, of course, I like it. You guys know me quite a lot already. I see Phil also had a tip that he wanted to discuss, or a gift that he wants to provide himself. A CTFO Star 500 wireless mic system and a SmallRig 8001 tripod. Ooh, I like that tripod. I know that one. The Star 500 wireless mic system, I do not know. By the way, I'm also in the market for wireless mics. Of course, they are more expensive. Well, not the wireless mic itself, but once you buy one, you actually want to buy two, etc., etc. So I didn't put them on, but I definitely want to buy a wireless microphone for on location work. And I'm actually thinking even to have like a headset, because I always have some issues with audio singing around, and I want to avoid that, especially during expositions and that kind of stuff. So I am considering to use headsets instead of lavaliers or even handhelds, because handhelds people have the tendency to go like this, so very low, or this is, I'm exaggerating, like this. So I'd rather have something right in front of their mouth to have a good quality. But I'm still in the market for that, and I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But I wanted to go for Shure, because I like the brand Shure. However, it's quite difficult to get Shure stuff at the moment. There's a lot of supply chain issues that they have. So I might be tempted to go with Sennheiser as well. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do. So moving back, this was the ATEM Mini, of course. This number 7 is also a very, very nice one indeed. And that is this one right here. I believe that I also had this one on my list last year. The Hollyland Mars 300 Pro. It's a wireless HDMI transmitter and receiver. It is a very nice product. You can use it with batteries if you'd like. So you can actually add Sony-based camera, Sony professional camera batteries on it, and they run like a charm. They are very powerful. They're really working like a charm, and highly recommend if you need a HDMI signal crossing a big chunk of a room, and that is where this one comes into play. So that is what I want you on number 7, the Hollyland Mars 300 Pro. I do have it right here in front of me, but I forgot to get it out of my warehouse between brackets, and there's a little bit too much to do that live. But I do have it here, and I also have a video specifically tailored about this product. Moving on, and this is also a little bit of a tip, and I will be talking a little bit more about that next week. Is that, of course, I want to discuss a little bit about the plans for next year for 2023 and Taekwondo. What kind of emphasis do I want, looking at purchasability, but also looking at maybe even optimizing my workflow for certain setups. I have been using 2022 to really rethink the way that I want to approach gigs. I think that I have it ironed down quite a lot. I know that I have a niche where I really shine as a company, and that's where I want to go. Which means that sometimes I can still do other stuff as well, but I want to emphasize a little bit more. One thing that I do know for 2023 is that I really want to work on, audio, because even though I come from the radio world, and I actually last week I did a show that was dedicated towards our local dialect, and it was really cool to be 100% focused on audio. I had a great mixer at my disposal, a GLD80 by Allen and Heath. Look it up if you want. It was a really nice mixer, and I regained my interest in audio. But of course, I was already working on it, and actually, I have been working on it quite a lot. And one of the things that I really think that is important to you is the following that I have right here. And I will first show the slide. Obviously, you already see it, but I'll show you the slide later. It's this little small speaker that I have in front of me. And I think that Viel will be very happy about this one, because this is a Genelec 8010 in front of me. It's a reference desktop monitor, a speaker, and that allows you to have a very nice flat-lined audio response, which also means that it also has a good functionality to really mix your audio in a perfect way. It is from Finland, so that's the reason why I'm saying Viel will like that. Genelec 8010 is a Finnish product, and it's really a powerhouse. I actually own also the computer. Well, that's not true. I gave it to my dad. So I used to own the computer-based ones. They're a little bit smaller than these ones, but this one is really aimed towards XLR connectivity. And I really like it. It's quite heavy. You will not see it, but it's really nice. It's good. It's portable. There are special bags for it to make it nice and cozy to bring it along. And these are the ones that I have in front of me if I am mixing a video production, if possible. If I'm in the same room, I cannot use them, but if I'm in a different room, I can use them. Or alternatively, but limited, I have to admit, I can also use these for bringing in guests that are going via Teams or via Zoom into the room. They're only 25 watts, so it's not perfect, but if you have a small room with 30-40 people, it's gonna be a doable solution. So that's the reason why I love this product, and it works with XLR 25 watts. Let me see if I have some comments. Yep, I do. By the way, this is quite interesting. First and foremost, Computer Jantje says, I worked in sound for 20 years. Wireless, I would choose Sennheiser. I own Shure myself as it's cheaper, but I recommend Sennheiser. More reliable and using multiple sets. Yeah, so indeed, I am at the moment looking more into Sennheiser. I'm planning to go for the digital versions of Sennheiser. because I think that that's a wiser decision for me. It's not that I will have like 15 or 20 of these wireless systems. I'm not that big, but I will definitely, in the couple of years, I think that 2 or 3 will be enough for most things that I do. I believe 3 will be the lucky number, but I will be purchasing at least a few, maybe 2 in 2023 to get that organized. And I totally agree with Computer Jantje. Audio is the most important part of video. And the reason why I did not invest in that too much, Computer Jantje, is that until recently, well, a year or 2 ago, I was really always working together with the local radio station. So that meant that we had very nice audio products anyway. So I did not have to invest in that too much. But now that I'm opening up towards other venues these days, I, need to invest in that as well. And, if you have good audio, I'd rather wait a little bit longer and have fantastic audio. And I think that the Genelec that I just showed you is definitely one that is a very nice product. But, of course, the Sennheisers will do the same. MT also says, I agree, sure are nice, but I also have the best experience with Sennheiser. At work, we have about 20 wireless units to our events and in studio. Wow, that's quite a lot. That's never going to happen for me, but that's a lot. Eric says, for your information, Doug Johnson is a big fan too of Genelec, and it should be. It's excellent. They're really excellent. Again, this is the second unit that I have from them. So we are still at number 6 of the top 10. So we're now halfway. And if you want, and I would like to say again that looking at 2023 would definitely be the year of audio for me. So that's one of the aspects. We're going to talk more in depth next week, but audio is really, really important, and that's the reason why I've actually chosen that on number 5. I'm sticking around with audio, and I'm talking about the Clarity M Stereo, which is an audio monitor which allows you to see the loudness of your production. At the moment, I cannot do that. I only see what's happening at the moment, right now. But with that map that you see on the left hand side, you see clearly if your mix is nice and even. You can see the amount of LUFS that you're processing, which is also, by the way, a very important legislation, both in the US and in Europe. As a matter of fact, the reason why this legislation is there is that once TVs became more digitalized, they said that they wanted to bring down the bass volume so that you had a higher dynamic range on audio. However, you know how commercial guys go; they want to be as loud as possible to really shine. Hence, the commercials were way harder than the computer. The commercials were way louder. I mean, than the program. Hence, people were still changing the volume of the TV set all of the time, and that was quite an annoyance. And that's the reason why this legislation is in place, and that's the reason why I will also be using this monitor, hopefully this year still, because this is the one that I just mentioned earlier on in this video, that I also have a Christmas present coming, and this is exactly the one that I had in mind. A nice monitor to really shine, and that is for €350, and that is a very, very nice price anyway. Boom. Computer Jantje says, yes, my audio works always is and has been the live stage situation. He says, currently we have a setup in the Schouwburg, which is like the local theater. over 120 microphones, 16 Sennheiser headsets for musical. And a live orchestra as well. So that is unbelievably a lot indeed, which is a huge one. It's for a school in Nijmegen, very professional for a school. That is the case. By the way, Nijmegen is very close to where I live. It's extremely good. It's like a 30-minute drive. I need a quick drink. All right, let's continue. So yeah, we left off at 5. So what is number 4? A Techono video and the top 10 without an ATEM is not a Techono video at all. So I of course chose for a ATEM SDI Mini Pro for 990 euros. Of course, ideally you would go for the Extreme, but that would be way more than $1,000. But with this Mini Pro, you will be able to bring in 4 SDI based video signals. You will be able to see them in a multi-view, which means that you can change and modify all 4 of those channels. You can utilize the software, the ATEM software, to change video settings. You can bring in stills into the mix by utilizing the media player. There's one media player in there as well. And you can also stream directly from the device. And I forgot about it in this one. You can also, because I said Mini Pro, but I should say Pro ISO, you can also record all 4 channels separately. So I didn't made a mistake in this slide. It's a Mini Pro ISO. So that is 990 euros. And I think it's a really, really nice setup for what it is. And indeed, an ATEM Mini should be part of the top 10 anyway, right? Looking back at the clarity that we just talked about earlier on, the monitor, MT was still talking about that. He says that clarity is such a nice device. I get even a level sound out for the stream in it. Let me start again. The clarity is such a nice device. To get an even and leveled sound out of the stream is the key, as always. Absolutely 100% agree with that statement. All right, so that is that. Now I want to know if you guys can think about what the top 3 is. So I have still 3 devices left. I think that the total costs, and I'm going to check it out, is roughly 2,000 euros roughly. So the top 3 will be 2,000 euros all in, 3 products. Okay, so let's just talk about the one. MT says, and I agree about that. This is about the ATEM again. So let's go back to the ATEM. So what he says is definitely the case. You can record all 4 ISO recordings at the same time with this product, and this is way cheaper than having 4 of these HyperDecks. I mean, that's really more expensive than that. Of course, you cannot play out on a ATEM Mini, but you can record on it. What I like about these recordings within Blackmagic is that it will automatically create a project for you. You can just remove the drive from your ATEM Mini, put it into your laptop, being either a Windows laptop or a Mac laptop with DaVinci Resolve. Just open a project and you're ready to go. And of course, in combination with the speed editor, you are golden. It's extremely nice. And indeed, what Eric says is indeed there's a lot in this little Pro ISO. I totally 100% agree. Computer Jansje is thinking that in the top 3 there's a steel wired fly system camera. I would love to. It is doable for €1,000, I can tell you, but no, definitely not. Niels, I could do that, but I didn't consider a license as gear. But definitely, you can have a vMix license for €350 for the HD model, which is absolutely fantastic. You can do a lot of different things with that. And for on top of my head, $700, you have the 4K license, which I'm actually using on my laptop as well, which is fantastic. But there's absolutely nothing that I'm missing on the Taekwondo PC. Only if you really want to go with replay functionality, then I would go for the Pro level, and that is actually the one that I have on this computer. That's a Pro license, and it will automatically also use it for what is it? The Restream. What was it again? No. I forgot. I just said it. Replay. That's a stupid name. So no vMix license, but good guess anyway. No, I think that I actually we did not really see any cameras until now. So I was really looking for a camera that is below €1,000, which I really like. I could have gone for the A6100, which I have, as a matter of fact, right here, which is my camera. Although I do think that these days I would recommend another one. I still want to use this one. I love this one. I'm not gonna sell it or something. I really love it. But if I had a new choice, I would go for this one right here, the Sony ZV-E10 with, of course, a kit lens, which is in this case the 16-55mm, and for €850, you can have one of these. What I really like about this is that it comes with a removable lens. That's the first thing. But what it also does, and that's really cool, is that if I show you something, for example, if I would show my phone, it will automatically focus on my phone like so, and not on my face, because it is expecting me to show you that product, which I really like. Of course, I can still do that. I mean, but then I need to put it in front of me like so, and then it will be focused on it. But that is something that the other one is more, let's say, looking at more logically better at than this one right here. And Computer Jantje, yes, that's including the lens. Correct. And so I think that Computer Jantje is also using all the 7 cameras for his Extreme, which is of course a very good use case for the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO, or the ATEM Mini ATEM SDI Extreme ISO. What do I think about the FX30? I'm in love with that thing. I used to be in love with the FX3. But the FX30 is actually really nice as well, where the FX3 obviously is a full frame camera, and the FX30 is a APC camera, like all of my other, like this one is also an APC camera right here. This is A6100, and you're actually looking at the A6400. This is also an APC camera, but yeah, I really love it. It's a fantastic camera. Love the ability to have a fantastic RAW video format. I believe S-Log 3, if I'm not mistaken. It has a cinematic functionality as well. So definitely high on my radar, but I am looking at my dad to this one. I don't know if he can hear me, but this is something that my dad should buy. Really. I mean, really. He has a hobby where he wants to create videos, but beautiful videos. Not a video like I do, where I just talk to people or have an interview or something. No, he really wants to go into nature and create beautiful video content of details, etc. And I think that this camera will benefit him a lot. So yes, I still definitely would like the FX30. MT says, I just finished my stream record play out unit. Still wait to some parts to finalize. Finish my ATEM constellation box. The network unit with PoE for the PTZ camera is already finished. That is so amazingly cool, MT. And I will definitely check my Discord messages, direct messages, to see how you are holding up. I'm really looking forward to that. All right, so number 3, that is the Sony ZV-E10, and yeah, you didn't. There was nobody saying it, but I was expecting you guys to know what would be on number 1 or number 2. People that know me know that I'm definitely going to talk about this, but I am a sucker for cross conversions from HDMI to SDI, but also with scalers. And one of the key use cases that I have is that I have presenters that are coming in via a laptop, like for example this MacBook Air or a Windows computer or something else, and it's a pain to get all of these computers to talk the same frame rate and resolution, that kind of stuff. It's a pain, and that is the reason why I love, and I was really doubting if I wanted to have it on number 2 or number 1, but I decided on number 2, the Decimator MDHX. This is a cross converter that allows you to bring in an HDMI signal, distribute it across multiple SDI signals, having a scaler on board as well, so I can go from 1080 P50 to 1080 I25 or something like that. I can do whatever I like, which is fantastic. I can also bring in SDI and do the same thing to HDMI. I can have a loop through from HDMI, so bringing in the camera, the laptop via HDMI in, pushing it to the for example the local projector, and while also pushing it to the program, which is fantastic. I really love this. I actually have 2 of those here. I'm going to show you how they look. So this is, for example, this is what it looks like in real life. As you can see, you have a plethora of SDI inputs, and here you've got the HDMI input and output. I really, I cannot say how I love these products. I have 2 of these, and I still think that I need more. Not going to do that now, but I still need more. Eric says, yes, Decimator makes sense. That it's a must-have. Yeah, it's. I really think everybody should have at least 2 of these. That's what I have. I have 2 of them, and I'm already considering to buy a 3rd one. But at the moment, I'll leave it for 2 for now. That leaves the number 1, and that might be a little bit of a awkward one, but I think that it's definitely a good product. It was released this year, and I really like it. For a lot of facts. I also have a love-hate relationship with it, to be honest. But before I do that, I want to verify that I have all of the comments before I go that route, because I do see some that I've missed out on. I see Neil says, apropos Sony, recently there have been published a hack that enables Sony A5000 to output a clean HDMI. That is really cool. I also, by the way, own a 5100, which is a overhead camera in this studio. However, I am not using it at the moment because I'm using it for something else. But it will definitely come back in 2023. A trailer, yeah, that would be great if that would be possible for less than €1,000, which was, of course, one of the things that I just said. And talking about a trailer, that is a very, very painful discussion, and we're definitely going to talk about that next week, because I did want to purchase a trailer a couple of months ago for 2023 to really build up a trailer and make it possible for video productions. Though with the current economical climate, I decided to wait a little bit longer for that one. Of course, due to it's a lot of investment. Still wanting to do that, of course, but yeah, no, not anytime soon. But yeah, trailer would be a very good idea, and I see a lot of people talking about the trailer because I would love to do that. Eric, totally right on the money. Yeah, so a trailer for less than €1,000 or dollars, that's of course not possible. And this is Dutch for a trailer as well. No, we're not going to do that. So unfortunately, it was I had to scrap that idea, unfortunately. And I totally agree with that, DVJ. I love that. I would love to have the trailer. But yeah, like I said, maybe wait a little bit longer before when the economic climate is a little bit better. But at the moment, not. I should be building one last year if everything goes right. I totally 100% go for it. If you think that you can manage that, do it. I definitely would like to do it. I know that MT knows about it. I would love to do that, but unfortunately, it's not gonna happen this in 2023. All right. And this is again a good reason not to just buy a very cheap trailer. It needs to be a good trailer, and that is definitely also the one that I want. Um, so number one, and maybe this is going to be a little bit of a shocker for some of you, but I really think, and I have to get it quickly. The YOLOBox Mini. That is the one that I really. By the way, I'm using Aaron Parecki's stand for it. Of course, in Tech Purple, obviously. But indeed, the YOLOBox Mini is number one in my list. Why is this number one? Well, for €800, you have a complete video production system that fits in your hand like so. You can bring in one camera. You can actually also add a web camera, and you can stream to multiple streaming social media platforms, like for example YouTube and Facebook, etc., etc. It's a good product, also for adding comments, adding some low key graphics, I would say. Is it is it something that you can perform top-notch professional grade streaming for? No, I don't think so. So I do still think that you need an ATEM switcher or a vMix computer to make it top-notch, to make it really, really looking very good. However, for what I want to do with this, which is going live, if I'm for Taekwondo, where I'm, for example, in the US, and I want to go live and talk to you guys and explaining some stuff that I've seen or something, then I think it's great. I also used the YOLOBox Pro during the IBC, and I thought that even though it didn't work perfectly, it was better than bringing along a lot of stuff, a lot of gear, and that kind of stuff. Now, what I really like about the YOLOBox Mini and the YOLOBox Pro is that it actually contains a a SIM card inside of it. Well, you have to purchase it separately, of course, but I can go live directly from this box without the need of an additional modem or something. It's all built in. And I really think that YOLOBox did a fantastic job to bring a streaming product to the masses. Yes, with some caveats, but I still think that it's definitely a number one position. So that's the reason why I've chosen that the YOLOBox Mini is my favorite product of 2022 for the sake of having a all-in setup. And I think that I'm really interested in your comments about this one. Sergio says YOLOBox is a game changer. I totally agree with that statement. I think that they did a great job. They're very they have a lot of different firmware updates, so it's not a product that is steady and not changing. There's always something better around the horizon. It has audio meters built in. It has the possibility to have a countdown timer. You can play some music with that countdown timer. So there's a lot of functionality in there. Again, don't expect a top-notch product from a professional streaming point of view. But if you want to go live and you do want to bring in comments, for example, it's a fantastic device. Computer Jantje says the advantage of the YOLOBox is that you then need only a very tiny trailer. That is true. That is 100% true. TVJ says I documented a vMix trailer that I did last year on my channel recently and will be doing a video about the next build as well. That is extremely cool. And by the way, thank you very much, Raoul, for kicking that thing out there. Thanks a lot. So let's do a quick recap and again show you a little bit what we discussed. I will start with number 10 again. The speed editor will allow you to easily perform video edits, especially connected with, for example, the ATEM Mini that we had on the 4th position today. If you are creating an ASIO recording and you want to iron out some small mistakes that you made during the live stream, you can use the stream editor to really do that very quickly. You can paint on top of the channels as well. Extremely nicely done. The Stream Deck XL, definitely one that I think everybody should have. If you have vMix, you can use it directly. If you have a Companion, you can use it for vMix, but also for your ATEM, but also for PTZ cameras, but also for web presenters, for a lot of different things. Your Behringer X32, for example, you can also switch with that one as well. Really powerful device. Really bringing automation to your fingertips. That's basically what the Stream Deck XL is. We talked about the iPad Mini to bring in content in your video stream, to play videos, to watch comments, to basically look up stuff if something goes wrong. It's a really nice product to have around for the sake of your production. Bringing in HDMI content across a lot of meters or feet. That's what HoloLens Mars can do. You can have a run and gun reporter that is not tethered to any cables, which is really nice as well. Audio, of course, very important. That's why I decided to add the Genelec AT10 in this list. It's a reference monitor, makes it very stable, a very, let's say, straight sound, not a lot of equalization going on, very robust. Number 5 was the Clarity M Stereo, which allows you to see what you're going to do on audio, making sure that you're in control, making sure that your loudness is correctly done, and just basically having a good way to visualize that your audio is good or even perfect. Then, of course, the ATEM SDI Mini Pro, which Pro ISO, which allows you to not only bring in 4 SDI channels, but also the ability to stream, have ISO recordings. Extremely versatile piece of kit. Also, this one, the ZV E10, which is also a nice piece of kit with the ability to be a nice vlogging camera where you, if you have a product and you show that product in front of your camera, it will automatically focus on that product, not at your face, which is quite an annoying with my my camera that is gone there. The Swiss Army Knife Galore, the Decimator MDHX number 2, cross conversion galore with a scaler inside of it. Definitely very handy, especially handy if you have presentations that you want to bring in locally to the projector screen and also bring it into the video mixer without any problems. And number 1, definitely a good number 1 for this year, the YOLObox Mini, a video switcher that can do quite a lot out of the box. Definitely a good advice for somebody who wants to have a run and gun setup for his or her YouTube channel. This is a fantastic setup. I will not use it for a paid gig, but for this kind of product like I do here with Taekwondo, this is a fantastic number 1. I definitely would recommend that. Boom! There you go. Eric says, all I want is the word when it comes to the YOLO Live products all around. And as you mentioned, it allows you to do the remote broadcasts, like from other places, like, for example, IBC, indeed. And Computer Jantje says, that is why I need a tour bus instead of a trailer. Oh my gosh, keeping small and less equipment is a struggle. Yeah, it is definitely. And I would love to have a trailer. I was really thinking about it. I was actually almost saying yes to a trailer. Literally, it was like very close. But I decided to wait a little bit longer just for the sake of the economy. But I still have a backup plan, so there's nothing to worry about. I can still do remote productions, but then I need to rent something. Bill says, I wonder how many of your items some of us already have purchased. I have 6 out of 10. That's a good question. Let me think about myself. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 10, where the Clarity M Stereo is also coming. So I have 8 out of 10 in my possession, and the other 2 are something that I know what it is, and I would buy them now if I would not have a different device of it. Good question. Computer Jantje says, how many wireless HDMI keep up in a place filled with people all having their phones out with them? Can you trust the feed, and how many meters? You can go very far. How much, I do not know, to be honest. I do know that 2 is not a problem at all. But I don't know if what I need to go into the nitty gritty. But I do know that I can walk like 20, 50 meters without any problems. Without no problems. And yes, there were a lot of people. And yes, there were a lot of phones. I did not have any problems. So 20 to 50 meters were definitely not a problem. Roel has 8 out of 10, he says, of the products. Cool. TVJ says, I don't personally own any of the items listed, but I have bought several for work. Sweet. Love it. All right. that is all that I had to serve for you today. I think that we are about to hit the 1 hour marker. Next week I will be back. We'll use next week as a free format week to discuss 2022 and looking forward to 2023. What are the plans? I think that you already have some ideas on the plans of 2023, but let's talk about that next week as well. And that will be the last episode of Taekwondo this year. Like I said, the 17th, I have a dinner that I need to go to, so I'm not able to come. The 18th, there is I will make some videos about the church service that we do every single week. So I will show you around how that works so that I can bring that to you in January. So that's going to be on the 18th, but you will see that in January. Next to that, then we have Christmas. Of course, nobody so watching YouTube, I believe, at that time. And of course, New Year's Eve is also coming. So I will be back next week. And then you will see me in the first Saturday of January 2023. Hope to see you next week. I really appreciate you for coming back next week. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not done that yet. Please like this video if you have not done that yet. And if you see this video after the fact, please go ahead and ask questions, because we will definitely have a Q&A every month as of 2023 again. All right. Before I stop, there are some comments coming in. I just want to make sure that those are all taken care of before I really go. Computer Jantje says, yes, we have to talk about rent trailer one time, as my direct colleagues has a big trailer, which is not always needed, located maybe rather close to you in Beuningen. That might be the case. So yes, let's have that connection, Computer Jantje. That might be an interesting situation. MT says, if even not use the Holy Land for camera work, I guess I already worth the feed of a confidence monitor and get rid of some cables. I totally agree with that statement. Yes, good point, Phil. Thank you to the moderators for being here and helping out every time. I really appreciate you guys. It's extremely important. And indeed, Eric, moderators for the win. I totally agree with that statement. I thank you for cleaning up the mess due to all of those crazy texts. And I will definitely say greetings to my dad. My dad is actually in the other room at the moment, watching over the cats, over Scooter and Kermit. By the way, just a quick heads up. Kermit was quite sick a couple of weeks ago. He has lost a lot of kilos, grams, but he has to add about 1 kilo to be back to normal. So he's really skinny. We went to the vet. They did some investigations with his blood. Everything was great, so that's a good thing. So no big problems. However, his kidneys had one marker too much, so we are going to give him some diet food and that kind of stuff. But it's a bit of a challenge, but I think that we're on the right track of getting him back, but it will take, at least 4 or 5 weeks, 6 weeks to get him back to a place where he's good. So that's also something that to worry about a little bit, but it's going to be okay. I'm sure of that. Computer Jantje, thanks for not kicking me out. No, we're not going to kick you out. Come on, you know that. All right, thanks a lot, guys. I hope that you liked it. I hope that this could give you some inspiration. See you next week for a new episode of Taekwondo, where we're going to talk about 2022 and the ideas of 2023. And I also want to hear your ideas about 2023. So there's a little bit of a homework for you guys to check that out. See you next week, same time, same channel, and have a good one. Bye-bye.